tell us all about the cigars and especially the Gurkha cigar, which is the world's best cigar. So over to you, Danny.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Can we try that again?
Good evening!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen! Hey, we're in. Okay. Yes, a couple has shipped me in from the UK to come and entertain you for half an hour. That's not entirely true. I've come from Breach County, but anyway, it's really the same.
I understand.
Today I am going to hopefully give you a little bit of understanding of cigars, including potentially phone ringing.
Sorry about that.
Including how you can blend your own cigar and make your own brand of a cigar. Okay, that's the objective of today's little presentation. Okay. Let me firstly give an introduction to the Gurkha team who are here this evening. I'd like to introduce Kajal Malhotra. Kajal represents Gurkha in Delhi. Kajal, you may or may not know, is probably India's female, quote unquote, cigar specialist. Has trained over 250,000 people in the art of smoking cigars. In case I fall short anywhere tonight, then I have Kajal here to support me, who's actually the brains behind the operation. You know.
No, that's...
I'm just the good looks. And, you know. Joking.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'm the white skin behind the operation. Kajal is the brains behind the operation. I'd also like to introduce Mr. Virat Hansotia.
Hi guys.
I would like to put a little bit of emphasis on Virat's surname. Gurkha Cigars, which I'm going to introduce to you in a second, is owned by the Hansotia family, and we very fondly refer to Virat, which
Don't
he's
say
going
it,
to
Danny.
shoot me for.
Don't say
He
that.
asked me not to say this, so I'm going to say it anyway. So Virat is from the royal family of Hansotia, who own Gurkha Cigars. So I touch his feet daily and stuff. All of those important things.
The days of the Brits have taken a turn.
Yeah, I know, yeah. The Brits, yeah, we've now got to come back and touch your feet and do whatever and stuff, like, whatever. We're still back anyway, come on. My name's Danny Carroll. I'm the brand ambassador for Gurkha Cigars. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm English. One of those, Britishers, Gora, Viram.
Come back.
I've been called.
No, they
worse.
left him back. He didn't come back. They
So,
left him back.
so this is the dream team from Gurkha Cigars. Let me give a very, not brief because I'm not very good at brief as you've already guessed. Let me give an introduction to Gurkha Cigars.
The Three Stooges.
Gurkha Cigars are in the Guinness Book of Records of being the most expensive cigars in the world.
Wow.
Okay, one box of our cigars in 2012 was auctioned at Sotheby's for $658,000
Wow.
for one box of cigars.
Which makes a single piece for 6,500.
That was 100 sticks, which makes a single cigar $6,580 per cigar.
Without tax.
In Indian rupees, 1,90,000.
1.5%.
No.
No, much more.
Much.
4 lakhs,
4.5 lakhs per cigar. Okay. And at the danger of being mugged, robbed, beaten tonight, that box of cigars is here.
Wow.
So basically, from the Mercedes-Benz is what we call Gurkha, comes in the category of Rolls-Royce, Maserati, and the Bugatti.
This is the Rolls Royce of cigars. Okay? We wouldn't charge you 4.5 lakhs for this cigar because that would be daylight robbery. So in India, you can buy this for 2 lakhs a stick. Special discount. Yes. Especially on offer tonight for 2 lakhs a stick. Honestly, in India, these are 2 lakhs a stick. So you say to yourself, why on earth is one cigar 2 lakhs a stick? Okay? If I had the courage to open this cigar, which I don't, are there any cigar smokers here?
Not that I know. Not that I know. One.
Okay, that's
You are a lucky boy. Right. This is the little brother of this cigar. Okay. This costs in the US. This costs $1,000 a stick. This one costs $25 a stick. But they are distant relatives. Distant relatives.
Just many siblings in between, but
Okay.
The blend in this cigar is from the world's best cognac called the Louis III by Remy Martin.
Louis 13.
Yeah.
The Louis III.
This cigar, to make one box of these cigars, we use an entire bottle of a vintage Louis XIII. Okay. Yes. Okay, which depending on which market we're targeting at, costs between $3,000 and $40,000 a bottle. And one whole bottle goes into one box of these cigars. Okay. The baby brother has a little sniff of Louis XIII. Okay. So what I want you to do.
let him open it, Danny.
Let me just go there.
This guy you can't open, that guy you can open. Okay? This guy has is also so these are infused cigars,
Oh, I got it.
okay, with very, very, very expensive cognacs. What did you smell?
Honestly, I've had too much alcohol right now. She's saying she smells money in it.
Yeah.
That's why it's colored green.
Which is true.
Smell the tube.
A lot of money. There is a
But
sweet
take a
smell
whiff of this.
for one cigar.
Take a whiff of this. It won't cost you an arm and a leg, but it's a brilliant
Smell
cigar.
Louis XIII inside the tube.
Tobacco
Just
smell
pop it
is,
open.
very nice.
You smell the beautiful cognac inside
And
the
this is
cigar.
still the $25 stick we have.
Sweet.
Pass it around. Go for it.
Is this a 4-leg
The outer wrapper
Doc, for you
of
half
this
price
cigar
today.
is 35 years old.
It's like a test tube baby only.
Yeah, he knows that.
You know it runs in my family. You know it runs in the family.
So you want to just
So you can choose
Doctor
between
was
having a
telling
cigar or
me.
having a cigar.
You liked it a lot, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
So
rice
this is
tail.
the
Something different. I used to smell my
It's not the typical tobacco you're smelling.
Yeah, it's really
What you're smelling is genuine cognac, not chemically infused.
before it goes on the cigar. it goes-
organic and stuff.
Sorry?
Is this organic and stuff
Completely.
like that? Yeah,
Completely.
you have mentioned that also.
This is the outer wrapper of the cigar.
We've flown in this from the Dominican Republic.
Oh,
It's
that's how it is.
Okay? The wrapper on this is 35 years old and was bought by us in 1996.
Or, you know, it's basically a luxury cigar.
no, it's honestly
Like
the
he said.
luxury. Look, let me put it this way. A cigar itself is luxury. Cigars start at
Right, I'm
500
clearly
bucks a
losing
stick
your
for a cheap
attention,
Indian
am I?
cigar.
Yeah.
My cigars start at 2,000 bucks a stick.
This box of cigars
Okay? And even at that price,
was
they're
rated
fabulous
number
cigars.
1 in the world
when you
this year.
So when you say
I'm sorry.
organic,
Okay?
this is not unhealthy.
This, yeah, I mean,
You know what?
this tobacco that you see here
Finest.
is the tobacco that goes to make this cigar. So this cigar looks like this.
So normally it
best
takes
of the
3
cigars.
years to make a cigar
I'll
for
talk you through.
everyone to know. So it goes
we
through
put our
the
magic-
tree
Nonetheless,
fermentation process,
Until then,
and ammonia and nicotine in a cigar is
I'm
treated.
your problem.
For a lot of people who don't know, the criollo and the coroba are the two plants from which you have the cigar leaves. And why they say a lot of times they say cigars are rolled on the thighs of beautiful women,
Virgins.
but versions, but at the same time it is the wrapper of the cigar. So what we have displayed here is the binder and the filler and the wrapper. So what you actually pay and why is the cigar so expensive is due to the filler of the cigar. So they have 3 different leaves, Ligero, Seco, Velado is what we call them, from 2 different plants. And the wrapper, which is the uppermost portion of a cigar, is grown under a muslin cloth. So the reason cigars are expensive is due to the craftsmanship. So if I give you a leaf right here, for you to roll a cigar, you have to have the talent to do that to this fineness. So the wrapper which is grown under a muslin cloth, not exposed to sunlight, is what makes or beautifies a cigar. So that's just a little insight for people who don't know about cigars.
So just the idea of introducing the cigars was just to give, I'm sure many of you have never heard of Sikar cigars. So the idea of introducing the cigars was just to give a background to the cigars so that you can understand that we know a little bit about cigars. Okay. Now, one of the premium services that we offer to hardcore cigar smokers is actually to take them out to the Dominican Republic and let them blend their own cigar. To blend your own cigar to your own taste preferences, and once you've chosen a certain blend of cigar, nobody else in the world can choose that blend except for you. Okay? So you make your own cigar. You make your own packaging. You make your own brand of cigar. So when you have that cigar, you can gift it out to your friends, regaling the stories of rolling your cigar on the thighs of 16-year-old virgins in the Dominican Republic, which I'm not convinced really exist, but that's what they say.
And as what Mark Twain says, if there are no cigars in heaven, I shall not. So cigars are known to be, and in terms of a lot of people, we were talking about, oh, I didn't know whether we're not supposed to inhale a cigar, so here's what we said, that you are not supposed to inhale a cigar and you're supposed to swirl it, the smoke in your mouth like you swirl a wine. And it is the leaf that you really taste. So when we cut a cigar, like a cigar has this grill cap here, and it's stuck with a vegetable glue to get the 5 leaves together. And when we cut the cigar, for you who I'm doing that, so I would normally cut it over the cap for everyone to know. And a lot of times we come across cigar smokers who are smokers but don't want to say that, oh, I don't know how to cut it. So ignoring all that, so I would cut it over the top of the cap, and this is where I would have the cigar. And normally you always light a cigar not with a petrol lighter, but a gas and a butane lighter. So the gas and the butane lighter is, because cigars are hygroscopic. So the petrol, it would basically absorb the smell and start tasting like that. So we would normally, and if I were to light it for someone else, I would not put it in my mouth. But this is how I would basically do the lighting of the cigar.
Wow, it smells so nice.
It takes a minute to light a cigar.
You smell the cognac.
Yeah.
I was smoking one of these cigars at a party one night, and somebody walking past and where can you smell that beautiful smell of cognac? Obviously you can smell Louis XIII coming out of the cigar. No. A cigar? So these cigars to smoke.
Kapil, is it okay inside or should I just...
No, you can.
It's okay, we all want the smell.
You know, I'd rather be the kids are inside.
Now you'll smell the Louis XIII. You'll smell the Louis XIII coming around the room, but Kapil's house is
I
going
can
to
just
stink
take
with
it.
Louis XIII for the next...
It's good actually, yeah.
It's nice. So I wasted few cigars in my life, I guess.
Now,
There's always another time.
And a better cigar.
And a better cigar.
So you'll get a wafting smell of Louis XIII coming around the house.
Yeah, you can take a whiff. I have a
For cigars.
Even when
it's
it's not
very,
touched
very
up,
rare.
just try
Normally,
it.
how I would say is
This is the rich berry or the poor one?
The rich one. No, this is a stronger version.
So I always say, people say, oh, we don't know how to smoke a cigar. So I say, you smoke the first time a cigar. So they say yes. So I say, okay, so blow it like the way you're like,
Very nice.
think of an engine, like a railway engine. And
Well, I'm not a cigar smoker, but I would definitely like to try something like this. Like $500-600.
so the thicker the smoke you take out of a cigar, I can taste the leaf in it.
One of the
So whenever you are somewhere and you're like, okay, why don't I smoke a cigar? I don't know how to smoke it, but this is how you do it. It's no rocket science.
I'll pass
You do
this
not
around if you
inhale
want for
smoke of a
someone just to have a
cigar.
whiff.
You do not
More than
stop a
welcome to.
cigar. They say
Just
you
trust me.
live in line,
It's nothing like
natural
you've.
and
It's nothing like you've taken a whiff of
There
before.
are some
It's not the smell of tobacco. I'll promise you that. What you're smelling is the Remy Martin cognac.
made the effort of rolling this, and it has taken
Pass it.
3 years for the making any cigar. So we respect.
Right. To make one of these cigars, let's say you wanted to blend one of your own cigars. You wanted to make your own brand of cigars. To give to your friends. And these are great because these don't even need a humidor. It's for 400 years. It's in a sealed tube. It's got Louis XIII inside. You can open it at any point in time. And whenever you open it in 400 years' time, and it's still going to come out. Usually prepared, doesn't matter what temperature it's in, where it's been. It's going to keep. Not an issue. Great gifts for friends. Great wedding gifts.
Humidor is something which we say we store a cigar in. Cigars have to be stored in a temperature condition of 16 to 18 degrees centigrade and a humidity of about 70 to 75%. They are like plants, you treat them like plants. So we have something called a moist control in a humidor in which we put the water. And that is what gives the cigar to breathe. Because at the end of the day, it's a leaf which is there, and you have to be very careful in taking care of them, because if they tend to dry, then if you're smoking that, you would land up choking. So you have to be very careful. So they're like our little babies. We very much take care of them for the temperature. And humidor is a box, what we call it, which stores a cigar.
Yeah, this baby, no humidor is required. Okay. Now, if you want to make one of these cigars, hey, shut up!
Thank you.
Come, I can have that little privilege of quieting the crowd down. If I want to make this cigar, this takes me 5 tobacco leaves in order to make this cigar. Okay. Now, what are those tobacco leaves? There are 3 elements to a cigar. There's the inside that's called the filler. Excuse me. That takes 3 leaves, 3 tobacco leaves.
So there are Ligero, Seco and Mulatto. That is what they call, and the blend of these 3 types of variants of leaf is what makes the cigar strong, mild, or very strong.
So these are the leaves laid out here. So we have 3 types of filler. So the filler goes on the inside of the cigar. We have typically 1 or maybe 2 binder leaves that
That
wrap
holds the filler together.
the filler
The
together.
binder is what holds the 3 Ligero, Seco, Mulatto. And the outermost portion of a cigar is called a wrapper. Wrapper is what is grown under a muslin cloth, not exposed to sunlight. It's the silky sheen portion of a cigar. So for everyone to know, everyone knows about other stuff, but this is about
You
cigars.
can come over and see this afterwards. This is filler. Okay. Typically, it's a thicker leaf. This is from the top of the more sunlight that you get onto a tobacco leaf, then the stronger it is, the thicker the leaf is. But if you feel this is a very thick leaf, so it'll have a lot of nicotine content, have a lot of flavour, be very strong. This will add a lot of strength and flavour to the cigar. Okay? I want a really strong cigar, and I take 3 leaves from the top of the plant. If I want a medium body cigar, I can take 3 leaves from the middle of the plant. If I want a really mild cigar, I can take 3 leaves from the bottom of the plant. The less sunlight it gets, the weaker the tobacco leaf is. So this is what you use to fill in the inside of the cigar. This is a binder. It's much thinner, it's a much more supple leaf. It might even have holes in it. It doesn't matter, it can still bind these together. Okay? This is a wrapper. It doesn't look so pretty at the moment. Normally this is oiled. It'll be oiled and smooth and beautiful and oily. So when you see it on the outside of the cigar, this is what they put on the outside of the cigar. It won't have any holes in it. It won't have any watermarks, any stains. It'll be beautiful. It'll be soft. It'll be supple. It'll be thin. So when you present the cigar, it looks beautiful from the outside. Okay. Now we have. This is from these leaves here are the leaves that go into making the Cellar Reserve, the 15-year-old, which is voted the #1 cigar of 2016. Okay, so this is the leaf they used on the outside. This is the wrapper. This is the leaf they use to bind the filler on the inside. So you can see it's got holes in it. It doesn't matter, you won't see because it has a wrapper on the outside of it. This is the leaf that they use on the inside. It's much thicker, it's much stronger. In tobacco, depending on how strong you want to make the cigar, if you pick the leaf from the top of it, from the top of the tobacco plant, which is called Ligero, then it will be a very strong cigar. Typically in a cigar they'll mix it, so there's one leaf on the inside from the top of the plant, which gives a strength in the flavour. There's one leaf from the middle of the plant, which is called a viso, or a velado, depending on which part of the Caribbean that you get the leaf from. And that will give the cigar combustion that will help the cigar to burn evenly. And there'll be one of the leaves from the bottom of the tobacco plant, which is called seco, which is the mildest part, which gives flavour and body to the cigar. Okay. So when you're blending your own cigar, some people, cigars are like beautiful women. Some people like them really strong. Some people like them really mild.
So if anyone wishes to try, please feel free. Let us know. We've got a light.
Rashmi, you want to try?
Want
Come
you?
in.
Rashmi, don't eat.
And if anybody wants to make their own cigar, their own brand of cigar, that's also possible. So you can go out and make it to your own taste preference. So if you like strong women, then you can make a strong cigar. If you like mild women, then you can make a mild cigar.
A lot of people would say that they would hold it like this, but that's a very good question you've asked me.
I've taken enough of your time.
With your index finger.
Enjoy your evening.
It is about giving the respect to the cigar, not like a cigarette. The index finger and your thumb is now if I just blow it out. So just remember the first time when you light it up. So you just blow it out like